Alright, meteorologist Dean Davison, the Weather Pros, liveweatherblogs.com. Let's take a look at temperatures over the next couple of days. And actually, we're going to go with some longer range temperatures here also. As you see, we get into the evening time, nighttime, we get into the 20s, and then in the daytime, where you get back into the 40s, before crashing into the 20s on Saturday, and only rebounding to around 40 degrees. We then get another blast of cold air, and with the cold air damming situation for Sunday. But it's now looking like we won't have as much precipitation, and by the time we get into Monday, we're talking about 55, 60 degrees for daytime highs. And then we get a really big push of very warm air with south winds, temperatures in the 60s towards Wednesday. And as this cold front approaches, this could be a big issue for potential, actually, of severe weather at that current time. We then get knocked back into the 30s and 20s as we go along. And actually, this is for Saturday the 11th. If this holds true, we're talking about Roanoke down to 9 degrees at night and 32 during the day. So this could be interesting in the aspect of if precipitation meets up around that time, which is possible, we could be looking at something interesting, to say the least. So I'm going to throw on the snow accumulation map here and see what we get over the next couple days. And you'll see Southern Virginia actually may get a little bit of snowfall if the GFS holds, this little slider that we may get. By the time we get to next Tuesday, like I said, we're not looking at really any kind of precipitation now to actually accumulate, maybe a coating at the most this Sunday. And then when we get to towards the 15th or the 10th, we see a possible storm, and this is actually pushing us up well into the 6-inch range by that time. So something we definitely are going to be watching. Basing on the GFS, here we go. You see that little clipper I was telling you about coming along, and our southern rider, possibly let some light snow there. And then we get the high pressure, and then this is midweek next week. Some snow in the northeast, looking good and likely. Then we get the real strong southerly winds and that trough moving in, and showers and thunderstorms develop. So that could be an interesting situation, as like I said, as we head into next Wednesday. Then we look towards 10th, and this is what I was telling you, we may actually get some snow. 10th to the 11th, look at that. This would be really nice if this holds. We'll see how it works. This is 2 or 3 in a row that show this. So I actually think this is a nice pattern if you want to see some decent snow after around the 10th. And then this thing will move off and northeast as it gets off the coast. And then a warmer pattern and some snow up to the northeast in the Delaware Valley. And then again, this is probably towards the 17th. We get again a chance of snow here in the south. So pattern's changing. Even though it looks like the Sunday is not looking good, the pattern is going to be very good for a potential decent snowstorm or a couple in February. So please stay with it. And if you like snow, you likely are going to see the snow. So don't worry. We're not having a snowless winter. I'm very convinced that the way that the change in the actual pattern will allow us to get that snowfall. And Wednesday still shows some turning with height. So it's something we got to watch out for next week. It's still showing up for a potential severe weather, and we will continue to watch this for the Roanoke Valley. So now look at the 4K AM, and once again, it does show up some snow along the south side. So we may see that snow in the south side of Virginia by the time we get into overnight tonight and into tomorrow night, and it actually does show a little bit of precipitation here for Sunday. Not much, but like a coating could be possible based on these four quite NAM. And I'm going to put in here freezing rain accumulation just in case the atmosphere gets in a little rough. We may see some sleet and some freezing rain up along the mountains this weekend also. So it's something we got to keep an eye on. That being said, we are going to keep an eye on everything, and we will catch up with you later and talk about what may change with these models. But right now, the models are pretty consistent for it being lighter than normal on Saturday now. I mean, Saturday and Sunday. So maybe a coating at the most for any snowfall, maybe some sleet pellets, and then a little bit of light rain. Not a whole lot of precipitation now involved with that. Towards the 15th and the longer range models, that definitely was starting to look, and 10th and the 15th, it's definitely starting to look a little bit better for a chance of snow with a pattern change. So we'll keep an eye on it and talk to you later. Meteorologist Dean Davis, and thanks for watching.